She naked. Let me see, Matt. Oh, Matt, let me see the. Oh, look at that booty.
This is like, what you
Max has bad breath.
We don't have clothes on today because she just take them off right now.
She's naked.
She's naked, but she got her name tag on.
No, give this nigga a dentist stick. His breath stink. Okay. Or sit. Sit. We don't need Baxter can't come to the party. Baxter can't come. He's too destructive.
Yeah, you can't pick Baxter up like that either.
No, but he thinks you can.
So welcome to Shipping the Ship with Rhonda and T. Tonight we are reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 5 finale. Before we start, Dee, tell them what to do.
Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel. Wait, did y'all see that video? If y'all did not see
what video? Wait a minute. Okay, well don't
did y'all see that video about the gritty?
About you doing the gritty?
Oh yeah, did y'all see that?
I figured, like, I felt like because I really enjoyed it so much, I'm gonna post that on New Year's Eve.
All right.
Ready?
What you got? You gonna do it one more time?
Wait. I want you to type in. No, not you guys. I'm talking about Rhonda. Rhonda, I want you to type in. It's New Year's, and this is what my.
Can we discuss it? Like, we'll have a private meeting.
So, like, yeah.
All right.
Don't we go to performing arts?
Yes. All right, y'all. So Mel is at home getting a massage. Conveniently, she forgot that Stormy was coming over. Oh, I absolutely forgot. I got somebody coming over. I'm like, with TV crew and all of that.
I really hate that. I hate it when she does that. Mm-hmm. I would have been fine without explanation. You know what I'm saying? Stormy coming over. I'm getting a massage. Shit, we was doing sound bowls last time. Now, me personally, I'm not going to enjoy my massage with you sitting there and with the camera crew.
I'm not either, but okay. Okay, Mel. So Stormy come in. She want to know how was the trip. The trip was fine. It was just after the trip that was the issue. And she talks about Martell sharing info with his baby mother that, you know, the whole ordeal about her having COVID.
You know what? At the end of the day, she got a baby with him. If you got COVID, he got to stay because they got to be around each other. That's all that. I mean, it's annoying, but hey.
So I had to read my notes. So it seemed like she called him and he picked up the phone and he said, "Why are you causing trouble, Ariane?" And so he called her Ariane. He honestly might have thought that it was Ariane.
How come? Oh, well, he don't have her number. I don't know how they communicate.
Yeah, because for a minute, y'all was just emailing, so I don't know. She said, you know, I just really, the whole thing of just saying, you know, he shared my medical information. I would have felt better if she just been like, look, I had COVID and this stupid girl gonna get on there talking about sugar mama gave, you know, her baby COVID. Like, that's what the real issue was about. Not that he shared your medical info. Because like we said, that's stupid. He got to tell it. You know what I'm saying?
He has to say it. And that girl was annoying. And so
I
also know like how messy Martell is. And because he has such an attitude with her about, you know, them not getting it on, and Destin, like his romantic vacation didn't go the way he wanted it to. So every time that happened, he go running back to Ariana, and then this clown always gets on live like picking. Because I remember when she did that and gave her coupon, you know, double stick on her whatever that clothing line is that she got over there. But I feel like Martell messy too. Like he went over there to Ariana talking about she going in and out of town, and now you know what I'm saying.
He did that. He did that. He said
Now
that.
we
Yep.
exposed, and I got to be quarantined. Like he's also like not relaying the message in a way for her to not.
Because
He likes it. She said he likes drama, and he does. He amps that shit up. Absolutely amps it up. And Ariana's easy.
I wish she just would have ignored it. I wouldn't even give her that satisfaction to bring it on the show.
I mean, what else is she gonna fight with Martell about? And I don't like if y'all are gonna do that. I don't want to. I don't want to see divorced people arguing. That's stupid.
Pick a story. Like y'all was all Team Hope earlier in the season. Now it's like, what you drinking on?
Oh, girl, this is a little Bailey's on ice. Me miss you. Merry Christmas.
Okay, with the tree in the background, the ambiance. Okay, all right. So anyway, because that was more interesting than this. She asked her about the Sharay situation. Y'all, I wish y'all could see this damn TV. It got winter storm Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This is so rude and disrespectful right now. I happen to look at the TV. I got shit up. Look at that. I mean, they got it coming down like a blizzard, too.
Oh my God, stop. You sound like my mother.
This don't make no sense. It say wind and snow. So that thing gonna be blowing. Gee.
I live in Florida.
That is horrible.
I might have to pull out my jacket or something, or my little hat.
I gotta go to the store tomorrow and get all my stuff. I just gotta get my groceries, and cause look, it got snow. I'm done. I'm gonna be at home. And you said you got some Baileys. That's what I gotta give me some of that.
Baileys,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what I did the other day. I made hot cocoa with milk and then put the Baileys in there. Oh, that's a good little toddy.
For my birthday, Denny had bought me espresso / cappuccino machine. So I'm gonna try that with
yeah.
There you go. There you go. Okay, y'all.
So anyway,
child. So what's her name? Stormy asked this girl about the whole Sharay situation. I see they on there talking about dating Sharay. And Melanie was like, yeah, I really don't care like that. Like, that ain't the first woman I've seen him with. He had a whole girlfriend during our marriage. So that right there is not phasing me. I think she's a beautiful person. I ain't got no issues with her. I was like, good answer.
I mean, when all of that stuff came out, they were like, and I don't think it was accidental. She was doing interviews allegedly about her product line, and she did. And everywhere she went, they wanted to ask her about that. But I feel like they wanted to interview her, and she said, I'll talk about my shit. I'm not talking about that. And they all kept squeezing that question in there about Sharay. Why are we fanning girling out over Sharay so bad? It's kind of embarrassing. All of them are like,
well, you know what? It was a big deal. Like when I first seen it, when it first happened, because it was just like out the blue, Sharay. You know what I'm saying?
If she found out on the internet, I feel like her finding out about Sharay is not worse than this other situation.
It's definitely not worse because she's out the marriage at this point. Yeah.
I mean,
it was just big news.
I guess in a weird way, it's always irritating when men like do that shit. Like every time, okay, so this girl, she is what she is. But when you see that you blew up your life for this clown over here that be, playing on IG Live and stuff, like that's what you blew up your relationship. At least Sharay makes sense. Like if you want to call her well, we'll get into that, but go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so she asked her, was she going to his wine event? No, she said she ain't finna support him at this time. He don't deserve to be supported, and because he's still with the drama, so she ain't got time for it.
And I think even if that didn't happen, just separate yourself from that. You ain't got to support him like that. I'm not gonna be at your event, because people are gonna keep seeing us as the Holtz, and that ain't what it is. So
right. Even though she did have that H on her porch. Did you see that? Her rug
I didn't
said
see
H.
that, so now I'm gonna have to go back.
Yeah, it was at the very end. It was at it was the
I'm like,
producer.
dang, Melanie, she living high on the hill, so she looking down on the people.
It was the producers being shady. She had just said
Where did
something like,
Martell live at? Over to what's the
"Yeah, we're
name
at
house?
motel." Was yeah, yeah.
Motel Bartel Mama.
That one. Yep.
Uh,
So speaking of Martell, he's showing us where he gonna have the wine event at. I mean, it was beautiful background and everything. The skyline was pretty. So the location he picked was nice. So I was like, okay, I see it. It was
honestly,
better
when
than the
you
one
have
Chris.
a low budget for throwing a party, finding a place that's already beautiful makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
Yeah, and
You
just
know what
put
I'm
the
saying?
tables and stuff because it's the
Yeah.
skyline that sold it.
And I'm like, it's Alabama, probably towards the spring, so it's gonna feel nice out there. And
Yeah. So he had Chris Fletcher and Destiny out there, and Destiny bring up Sharay. Okay. And he's like, I don't want to talk about her. I just want to talk. If it ain't about this Inez wine, I don't want to talk about it. But then this fool brings out the recording of Mel's interview. And I was like, why did she do? So this is what we talking about, Destiny. Why?
and she had that smirk on her face, but you know, everybody, I'm gonna say everybody, I'm gonna say Destiny alone. Destiny probably looks at that like she was making a dig at Mel when
It wasn't.
Martell is supposed to be your friend. So why are you bringing that shit up while he's all on a high? Like, what did you think was gonna happen when you show him that? Even though she didn't say nothing, his reaction was still not like this. He just told you, I don't want to talk about, I want to like just talk about this thing that I'm doing tonight.
Yeah, let's not bring her up in the midst of my, this is me time. And then here this come. And yeah, it was crazy. Well, now you didn't put him in attitude. So now he's like, how
But
dare
she was so
say,
satisfied. She was so satisfied with the attitude that she had this smirk on her face that was, where's Melanika? Sorry.
Something happened with Melanika. I keep telling y'all, I thought so last week. I was like, something happened. Either Melanika husband was like, nah, y'all putting the rumors out there and we ain't doing that. But Melanika disappeared. Okay, something went down.
I mean, I feel like that's unfortunate because although he had a beautiful setting, I feel like it would have been a little bit more
elegant
if she would have.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what she does, right?
That's
She's
what
like
she
a working class person.
Yeah.
I mean, it appears as though he had his cousin come throw some tablecloths over some high tops, and that's not fine and dandy.
Yep, that's what it was. That's why we didn't focus too much on that. Yeah, that's what that was. Because evidently Melanika do everybody's stuff in time. Because they all was like, hell, I had Melanika do this, I had Melanika do that. So she bad at what she do.
That's what she do, right?
So I think she didn't want to have nothing else to do with the BS or
what a sucky thing that y'all brought this lady on this show for some bullshit about y'all's marriage when y'all already divorced, and she missed out on an opportunity to show her what she do in Alabama where she lived, not in Atlanta where she don't live.
Right. That's crazy.
Melanika, them ain't your friends.
It ain't. So then he said, how dare she say anything about me? I mean, at the end of the day, she ain't said nothing wrong. So we just gonna leave that. That was just stupid. Then he started bringing up how many people she didn't have to babysit the kids that he didn't know. So that must have been during that time where he was trying to make that a big deal on social media.
And that's why I feel like the tension between him and Mel had already happened before his event. So no matter what Mel was saying on that video, it was gonna get him, irritated because they already
ain't say nothing.
No. And then for him to bring, what is we talking about? We was just talking about. She said she don't care.
She said same thing. He didn't have the whole relationship in our marriage. So this right here it means nothing to me. I mean, it is what it is. She don't care. She ain't saying nothing wrong. She just said she ain't care.
Well, that's the part that's wrong. He doesn't want to hear that part about how he
Yeah.
doesn't care.
Child. See, what happened was y'all let him, like you said, he had a little feelings. You didn't let him go on the trip. That's why I said don't let him go on the trip. Okay, you gave him a
Not
little.
only did he have feelings, when he pulled off in that car, she was wearing a cover up, a sheer thing with her booty cheeks out, waiting
Yeah.
on whoever was coming on the other end of that vacation that she planned over there in Destin because she was
And
like,
that
take
really-
the kids, bye. Like,
that
who
really
wears
made
a like
me-
sexy ass thing?
by herself. And mama, everybody was leaving.
He was
Yeah.
like, I ain't gonna change. I'ma just bye. And
Yeah.
he can watch me walk away. And
He
he thought
might have
about that
pulled
thing.
up. He might have pulled up. She might have timed that shit just right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he said, well, he wasn't
Now she
hesitant.
done mess around and got COVID. And now
See, like this dude done gave you COVID. And now I'm stuck with the kids. And now you over there quarantining with the dude that gave you COVID. Okay.
oh,
So
did he have to babysit number 5? Because number
yeah,
5
and he
seemed
had
like
them.
he a lot of work.
Yeah. Oh, child. So he said he wasn't hesitant about bringing Sharay around because of the type of woman she is. But then on the flip side, he said that they're at the beginning phase of
I
their
was like, why did
relationship.
you? Okay, can I say this? Because I like, I'm over here with Sharay in this category of age group. I'm not babysitting. I'm not changing no diapers. I want your kids to be grown. Like if we're dealing with one another as a couple, that's what I would like. I don't even mean like 7, 8, 9, 10 ain't horrible, but Martell got 4 children
He
and
got
he's coming
4
over
of
to
them.
the chateau
And the
with. That's
baby.
not,
2
no.
babies.
You don't even have grandkids yet.
I don't know what anybody. I don't know
Somebody
anybody
over there
that
like
could say,
Coleslaw who don't have nothing to do. Are you for real? Like that sounds crazy. Why did she meet him? Meet the kids already. You literally probably just scared her ass off over there with some tight pants and no socks and 4 children rolling up to the chateau.
I don't see where he thought Sharay would be that one to take care of the kids. She don't even come across like that. Sharay got
At
other things
all.
to do.
At all.
She's not that tight. We didn't really see her. I mean, her kids was like older, but we didn't really see her like in
That's
the
what I'm
motherly
saying.
role with
So
her
if
kids.
she's not even a grandmother yet. So if her kid, you know what I'm saying? Like when you get to be a grandmother, then you like change your vibe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Not that you finna be taking care of others. Like,
Right.
no.
No, it was nothing. Child, okay. And like you said, beginning of the relationship, who do that?
Why are you doing that? Where
Too
was
early,
y'all?
too soon. It's stupid. And then Destiny asked him, well, why didn't you tell Melanie before social media? He said it wasn't none of her business. They could barely co-parent together, so she need to be concentrating on that. I was like, oh, he got all, girlfriend got mad. He just had all of the animosity, didn't he?
I mean, I guess, like, but she don't care. Like, why would he tell her that before?
Okay. So anyway, off of Martell and Mel for a minute. We got Tisha and Marcel, child. Tisha at home picking out outfits because she want to make sure that they are matching because she wants them to look like a couple. I was like, child, you worried about the image, but the apple, the inside of that bad boy is rotten to the core, but you want it to look pretty on the outside, child. It's too much.
That was real cute and everything, but all I could think of is 17 million with that big ass dresser and the pocketbooks hanging on the door. And I said pocketbooks because that's what they were. I don't know where she's going with them grandma purses hanging on the door. The lamp don't match the nothing. The bedding, like, you know, when Kimmy and Maurice are getting ready for things,
It don't look
you
like
go
that
in the
anymore.
bedroom and you know what and this little shit I live in, like if I go in my bedroom, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, what is he laying on? Did they get them shits from Wanda's house? And y'all worried about, you worried about the apple? Girl.
Child, well, she said she hoped they have a good time at the event, and he's like, I already know what it's gonna be. The girls are gonna argue, and the guys we're not. And I'm like, I wish you quit with the girl guy shit. They're like, y'all really be trying to push that. The girls don't know how to argue. The guys, we better, we get along, we shake it off. It ain't that serious. Like, stop with that.
I
I'm
don't
tired of
feel
that.
like when we have get-togethers that we separate like that. Like it just be kind of people just kind of,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It don't
Usually,
be like,
though,
it don't be like the girls over here and the guys over
yeah,
here.
usually if you come as a couple, the couples kind of just like hang out together.
They hang out. Like, I mean, he might be in the kitchen and he might, but I mean,
Mhm.
there's not like a girls section and a boys section. That usually doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And nobody like you go to somebody's house and y'all just chilling. Y'all just sitting in the back and whoever's there is there. There's never any like separation of sexes. That shit is weird.
That's weird.
And that's funny that you know, back on her picking the outfits, I feel like that's never been a thing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Which is unfortunate because I feel like most people do that though. Like most couples do that.
You don't feel like they dress alike?
Tisha and Marcel?
Yeah, I never paid. Honestly, I never pay what they have on any mine. I mean, I know at the reunion they do,
I
but
don't think that's
everybody
a
do.
thing for them though. Like I feel like most couples that actually like each other, I feel like Maurice and Kimmy do that. Like, hey, what you wearing? This? You get your other shirt. No, like at my house, it's a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like when y'all getting ready to do something. Marcel was definitely not participating. He wasn't acting like he was finna go with her.
He said it didn't matter.
Mel
He
and
wasn't
Martell
gonna wear it
used to do that. I
anyway.
think that's what couples do when you get ready, you know, go to something. She was like, let's coordinate. Like it was a whole thing.
She said it. He said it didn't matter. He said, I'm not wearing it anyway. Just throw me black and white on. So did they end up
So
coordinating?
why are you trying to make that moment? Because clearly that's not what you do. Like 15 years in, you know that ain't he gonna do what he do.
Yeah. So she said, well, she felt like it should be all right. The girls are fine. Stormy and Destiny made up. Mel and her is cordial. Child,
Y'all
Mel
are
ain't
cordial because you had a whole meltdown last week when Mel was coming to the
She
thing. Now you
cordial
can't
long.
stop asking, is she coming? When she was coming last week, you didn't want her to come. I mean, it was your date night now, but
That was a date. Yeah, that was different. They wanted her to come because they wanted Sharay to come and they wanted it to be a thing, and it wasn't.
it never is a thing if you done with the relationship. That's the thing. Like it's never a thing when the person came after you. I mean, unless you're crazy.
Yeah. Well, they're a little crazy.
I guess because that's weird though.
They keep arguing about the same shit and the relationship is over. I don't understand who gets divorced and keep arguing about it, but okay.
You talking about Mel and Martell. I think
They
he's
look
not
crazy.
over it, but they're not over it. They're not over it. That's what I'm saying. Like Martell, if you got a whole girlfriend, why what or he just want to control everything?
Yeah.
He's not capable of doing that. You think he's going to control anything over there in Atlanta? He has no idea.
That's over already. That's already done.
It's done.
That's what they say.
They chased him off.
She probably had to babysit them kids one good time. It was like, nah, bro.
See, but that's not what I'm gonna do. So no. Looks like you're not gonna be able to.
First time something broke up in Chantel Sharay, they had to go. That's what happened. But look here. He said people is trying to be petty because they asking him if they're gonna carry Inez or whatever her name is up in the store. And they said, yeah, because they're not competition. You know, when you toast to black, you toast to excellence. And when you drink Inez, it's just like on a wind down Wednesday. And
that sounds stupid. That sounds really dumb what you just said, because we don't toast to excellence very often. That's not a thing. But wine down Wednesday is a thing. That means he always gonna be selling wine.
And she said that no, we're not the same. I was like, y'all really look petty.
How about get them plastic hangers and that purse off the door, white, and the hamper? Why am I looking at your hamper? Why is all these things like in the same?
We got so much money and we never see it as couple. It's a shame. Child.
Tisha's messy. And I was like, what is
Yeah.
that lamp? Get that plastic cup out of here.
Oh,
Where
you
was the
can't-
film crew standing? Like
Mhm.
outside, you have to be like outside.
That's a shame. So then Marcel brings up Sharay and
And why
Martell.
doesn't she get a bra that goes underneath that dress? I'm sorry, but I was looking at her bra strap like, girl, they got right.
Oh yeah, them straps was out. I was like, why she put that on
Girl.
when that the crew was coming over to
And why
take?
you sitting there talking about we're Black excellence?
Child,
Okay.
it was very tacky. Yeah, that was very tacky. And so they bring up Sharay Martell, and her Mel is saying that she's so unbothered. And so he makes a point to say people think it's strength in being unbothered. But no one responds to things that they're not bothered about. Well, she responded because it was an interview. But I feel like all of y'all do that unbothered.
Well, then he said people would say I'm unbothered. It's not that I'm unbothered. It's just that I choose how I respond to things. And I was like, so then that's not different than what she
Same
just
thing.
did.
It's the same thing. Y'all all walk
I think
around.
y'all want her to be bothered more than she's actually bothered. And I was, you know.
Yeah, because then he brought up the whole thing about, him leveling up and but before, old girl was I guess a level down, but with Sharay being a level up, this is a gut punch. And I was like, I guess.
When your man have a baby with somebody outside the marriage, that's definitely a gut punch. When your man picks a woman like Sharay, actually, based on what we know about Martell, she's probably looking at Sharay like,
what is you doing?
Right? You don't have to do
because
that.
It's like, I mean, the issue I think everybody have with Sharay is you already know how this ends. Like, you just watch. Don't act like you didn't watch it. We all didn't watch Huntsville.
We all know.
We like, what is you doing?
And now you got this psycho girl over here calling you an old lady because that's what she do. She's,
Girl, she was calling.
Not going anywhere because she keeps allowing herself to be the go-to. So.
Well, she was calling Mel the old lady. So I felt like, well, dang. You was calling Mel old this whole time, but he ended up with Sharay. So now what?
Old, young, green, purple. It ain't gonna be you. He gonna be doing something other than that. You're gonna be where you always been, right there.
You're gonna end up with an older linebacker, and you still gonna be over there. That's what don't happen.
I mean, okay, not for nothing. I don't know like what her whole definition of linebacker, what that's all about, but I feel like Melanika is also level up from your ass. So I don't know.
Clearly.
Why you got to sing? What is that about? The whole linebacker thing.
Yeah. Child.
And that's not even a knock on Melanika necessarily. She just happier than them little girls over there.
Yeah, that's what it is. But that's what she considered. We already know what she's considering.
Right.
Because she considers Kimmy and Tisha linebackers because she made, take that back. That was Tasha K that made that comparison. Because they went in the interview with them. She was like, well, we see they wide, so that's what they like. So that was my bad. That was Tasha that compared them to the linebackers.
Okay, but I mean okay, girl.
So we at the wine event. I thought Stormy dress was really cute. Tisha, I hated Tisha's whole look, her hair, her makeup, that dress. It was not flattering to her figure at all. It looked like it was like real tight. I just didn't like it.
It looked really tight. I feel like, see, that's why I was kind of a little bit thrown off with what you just said about Tisha and Kimmy being linebackers. Tisha's actually not a linebacker until she do some shit like that, like put on
Yeah.
that tight thing, squish everything, like, cause she doesn't, you know what
Like,
I'm
that's
saying?
not flattering to your figure. That wasn't the dress
You
for you.
cannot take like Coleslaw, Melanie, and Sharay is all little teeny people. Like that's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not a good thing or a bad thing. It's a different thing. So Tisha, like, why is you? She looks so uncomfortable.
She looked uncomfortable. She looked like it's just uncomfortable. And then whoever did her makeup was horrible. I was like, I could see the undertones all underneath it. It wasn't matching her skin tone. Her hairstyle was horrible. I was like, who did that? Why are you walking around like that? I didn't like it. I mean, Tiffany looked like Tiffany. She looked like she was at a bridal party. You know, that was her regular.
Unfortunate, because she always looks unfortunate. I don't even know why she's there.
Yeah, well, she won't be there long, godly, because she's boring. We're over. She was barely in this season, so it's a wrap.
I mean, every time I see her and I think 34, 35, I'm like, girl, what
Too much.
what?
Destiny look cute. I mean, I like that color on her skin tone.
You think?
You know.
Because I was like, what in the 99 and the 2000s is she doing with
Then
that
she had the
box-shaped
chain.
body and them chains on that dress?
I feel like her
and that wig
Tisha,
twisted to the side.
I feel like her and Tisha shop at
They
the same
suffering from
place.
the same disease, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that ain't Destiny is every outfit is unflattering.
Mm-mm.
I don't think how she visualizing herself is.
Yeah, you know how you gain weight and you just ain't accepted the fact she hasn't accepted
Not
the
even
fact
about gain weight. It's about
she just had that
your
baby
shape
though.
is your shape. Some shit like me and you could go shopping and try on the same outfit, and one might work and one might not, because we built different. You got to figure out how that. She don't pick nothing that goes with her body type.
No, but I feel like her shape changed because I didn't feel like before the baby she was shaped like that, and I just think she thinks she's in her pre-baby body,
Was
and
she
that's not
dressing
it.
like that?
Probably not, because she was with our boy. Because I don't feel like we seen her like that.
And she wasn't on TV. Now she wearing all these stupid wigs. She got that blonde wig twisted all the way to the side.
So Tiffany says to Destiny, well, Mel said that you invited her to the photo shoot. So I mean, is y'all cool or not? Destiny instantly get an attitude. We not hanging out. We just agree to disagree. You know, her whole body language changed when they mentioned Mel's name. Instant attitude.
She did the same thing with Stormy. Why do you go have a meeting with somebody, squash it, and it's cool, and then when somebody asked you about it, which Tiffany is being messy, but she could have just been like, what did she tell you? But then why are you still asking?
Right.
Yeah, she came to the studio and yeah, we talked. What are y'all friends?
Then Tiffany said at the peace party, I couldn't tell if y'all was good or faking. And she was like, well, the only person that got on my nerve at the peace party was you. I was like, you need to
get that answer.
You deserve that. And Tiffany do that whole like me.
What?
Yeah, that right there is what we've been talking about.
And just because you dress like the church lady don't mean we don't see it. We still see it.
Okay, so then we got Chris Fletcher and Marceau. So Chris tells Marceau, look here, I've been getting a lot of flack about that whole I was with my friend comment that you told your wife. Marceau tells the story, but he really ain't said a bit of nothing. He just said Chris didn't have to defend me, but he should have gave an accurate account of the truth and without inflection in his tone.
Well, you said you had dinner with the man. He said that ain't happened.
He wanted him to say, yeah, I was in Atlanta with Marceau, but he didn't want him to tell the part that he was only there for 2 hours. And the other
wife
time
was like, no, hell,
you're
not. He's not going to sacrifice his marriage for your ass. You shouldn't have brought him into it.
And quiet as kept, Tisha probably asked, oh girl, the wife. Cause it seemed like she was cool with them.
Well, we know Tisha does investigating, her and Wanda. She's not really just walking around there not, she knows all his tea.
What did she say? He gonna say, he was down there with his wife. And he gonna say to them, y'all, I'm too smart. I'm not gonna say that I'm down there with somebody who wasn't there. So in other words, I'm gonna use you because you were there. I ain't gonna say I was with Martell. And Martell wasn't in Atlanta. So I'm gonna say I was there with somebody who was there. I'm too smart for that.
You didn't say I went to Atlanta and met up with Chris and looked at some properties. You didn't say that. You were like really trying to drag it out like you was figuring the shit out why
he
you
was trying. That's what it sounded like.
And then like you left and went to Atlanta and didn't say nothing. That's not.
That's crazy. But you know what? It's Tisha.
What if something bad happened? And not to say that, but what if something bad happened and your husband is all the way in Georgia? You don't know nothing?
Right. Well, he gonna say Flesh don't know how to answer question without bias. No, Flesh just didn't have your back in that. And that's what it is. Quit trying to put it on him.
And you shouldn't have brought him into it. You brought him into it.
So the girls is all sitting around. Is Mel coming? Is Sharay coming? But Martell said they decided not to have Sharay come because he didn't want people there focusing more on him and Sharay and not the wine. So that's why he decided not to have her come to the thing.
I mean, can we just be honest? Sharay not bringing her bougie ass to Alabama to hang out with y'all.
That don't seem like Sharay.
Not with y'all. That's what she will have Martell come over to film with her in Atlanta so people can have something to talk about.
But she was
not coming.
Huntsville, huh? Nah. So Martell say his speech, even though it was pre-planned, he still stumbled through it. He's just not a public speaker. He's not.
I can't even fault him for that. He did a good job for somebody who's not a public speaker. I mean,
he's not, but he made sure that he dot all his I's and cross all his T's. So he mentioned all the family members he was supposed to, and he had a picture of his grandmama, so it won't be no
honestly, there's no way to be a good public speaker until you just keep doing it. Some people have the gift of gab. I do not. Yeah. So for me to get and do that type of talking in front of people, I would have to do it more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Even like as a teacher, it's different like speaking to your class versus speaking to, a whole group of people.
Well, he showed that picture.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. We don't want none of your wine.
I'll taste it. I'll buy it. I'll buy it just to taste it.
It'll have to be in a store because I'm not paying $40 to
No. Well, you know what? I found out we can't get wine shipped here. We can't get alcohol shipped here.
Huh.
It's a Michigan thing. You can't.
Well, when I went on the website, you get it. The bottle is like $40. Okay. But then it's also $40 to ship it. And I'm like, so I'm paying $80 for a bottle of wine.
That's crazy. I have to pick it up somewhere. That ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Girl, them jeans was strong. He showed that grandmama. I seen all their faces. Him, his mama, everybody. I was like, boy, they got some strong jeans.
His mother is like, oh, this is so fancy.
So
look at Martell. Go Martell.
Kimmy sits down with Destiny and Stormy. And, she basically told them, look, that night at your party, I was feeling that way and I was down because that was the time in which she had just learned about that and she was waiting on test results. So, yeah, she was like, she didn't even know how she made it through that night.
I feel sorry that she has to keep telling that freaking story every...
I know. And when she told it, Then Stormy got up and hugged her. And you know, like you said, you have to keep reliving that every time. But this is what I got to say.
It surprises me how people are so comfortable asking certain questions. Like, I guess I would feel more like how do you feel? And you know, if you're feeling energy, we could go have lunch, or you know what I'm saying? I would not be feeling like, so what did they say? Like, I don't need medical information.
Yeah, that was a lot. One thing I did find out, I was just sitting up there like, they didn't include Tiffany in this conversation. They was like, if that be her, they was done. They done, we done. Is that what it is? She didn't even get to come over and find out. Because we know it ain't like she got.
Because this is a real thing. And I think Destiny, which is crazy because her and Stormy are.
They was there though. Like when you sit down with everybody.
Stormy and Kimmy, I don't think they've known each other as long as she has known Tiffany. Kimmy don't really F with Tiffany like that. And this is real for her. She probably like,
that's something
I don't need her to say something crazy that's gonna make me mad. Tiffany ain't really great at being in them type of situations.
Because she really would have said something, and that's probably what it was. Like if she say something,
this ain't gonna be cute.
Yeah, child. Because she just don't get it. So meanwhile, Marceau over there, and he checks in with Jalen, and he asked him, you know, how was he holding up with the situation with his mom?
I feel like I've been pretty strong through this whole Kimmy situation, but that conversation with Jalen had, I mean, I couldn't even stop it. I had to
and he said he didn't know how to think. He didn't know how to process it. And, you know, he admitted that he was scared, but as a man, he felt like that he couldn't show that side of him all the time. He was like, if he did, he wouldn't be able to, you know, go to work, you know. And Marceau told him, you know, when he found out that his mom had cancer, you know, he cried and then he went home and shut the store down, you know. So at least it's somebody that can somewhat relate to what he's going through, because I didn't know that about Marceau mom. You know, Maurice didn't mention that.
Well, and not only that, like Marceau and them, there's a bunch of them that can lean on each other. It's just Jalen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought it was so sad though when he said he never seen his mother cry. I'm like, that's so, I don't know. I guess we feel like we're protecting our kids by not showing that emotion, but it's so important to be able to cry and let that shit out.
I think that's Kimmy personality though. I don't think that's a regular mom thing. I think that's a Kimmy thing. Because even when she was sitting there and every time we see her there and she's telling the story, she says it like as if, not that she's unbothered, but she's always trying to be strong, even when she tells the story.
Right. And I think that's not healthy. Like, honestly, like, I don't care about them people. Like, she don't care about them people like that. So her telling them, like, now she's probably in a place where she could talk about it without, you know, breaking down. But I mean, just before she got sick, that's just I feel like as parents, a lot of time we do try to hide like that emotion from your children, like you protecting them somehow. And that I guess teaches them like not to let that emotion out. They should be able to cry. And like Marcel said, go in your room, shut that shit down, get it out. You don't have to do it like in front of people.
Right.
But you should at least release it.
But doesn't Jalen seem like a very unemotional kid?
He does. That's the first time I've seen emotion from him. And that's, you know.
Yeah.
And he's holding on, and I'm a blubbering fool over here because that shit was like, woo.
He said growing up, they didn't express their feelings to each other. See, I can't do that.
Right.
That's not gonna happen because I mean, and I'm a very affectionate person.
And he's a boy, so I feel like boys are always on another. Don't get up, brush yourself off, don't cry, be a man. You know what I'm saying? Girls are encouraged at least to
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
emotional.
Mm-hmm.
My boy is emotional. That's not an issue with him.
My son, as y'all see, is all over the place. So, but I'm very
He cry when he wants to though.
yeah. Oh yeah. We have talks and everything. You know what I'm saying?
I'd
So
rather
that's not
say,
a
even
thing.
with my daughter, I remember I used to be like, go in your room, get that shit out of your system. When you're feeling
Mhm.
better, come
Mhm.
back. But don't cry. I don't know. That's,
I think that's another thing, that's like a man thing. I feel like that is so toxic because they hold that in, and then unfortunately when they don't have no one to talk to, then I don't know exactly what the situation with the young man but I feel like a lot of times that's how a lot of that end up, because y'all bottle stuff inside and y'all don't talk to no one about whatever the
well,
situation
and
may
Twitch's
be.
outside appearance was very infectiously happy. So
Mhm.
everybody just assumed he's dancing around and he's
Mhm.
fine, I don't know. I think in that situation his depression was, far bigger than what most people go through, just because we all have ups and downs. But
Mhm.
I mean, even like in ways of communicating, not even depression. If you can't, like, and men are always talk, I don't talk, I'm not emotional, I can't really do my
Mhm.
feelings. And that's probably one of the biggest breakdowns in relationships, where you always trying to get your man to like say,
And they
communicate, and
shut down.
right,
Yeah.
and they shut down. And
Yeah.
that's, because they didn't learn to have, because
Mhm.
it's not that hard to just sit down and say the shit. If I'm saying say the shit, we got to get it out so you can get past it. It never goes away if you just don't
Right.
talk about it. We're not talking
Right.
about it.
And a lot of men do that,
That's what, yeah.
so talk to somebody,
I
talk to
said
your
it's
loved ones,
crazy.
talk to somebody.
What you call it? Marcel has managed to come off more compassionate to everyone except
His
his
wife.
wife.
Yeah.
Even like all the way back to when Mel and Martell were first going through the divorce, he had a sit down with Mel. Why does he always have a sit down with Mel and not Tisha?
Yeah, because even when she found out about coleslaw and everything popped off, yeah, he was the one that they called. Yeah.
But he doesn't seem to have that same compassion for. We've seen him with Martell, Mel, what's his brother, Maurice, Kimmy.
Mhm. He don't. That's sad. And I would feel some kind of way
He just
behind that.
play her like, girl, I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Don't be jealous.
Oh, we. So then we see the next day, or however, later on, Martell is going over to Mel house. He said he had to talk to her about one of their kids moving up a grade in the camp for the kids.
What are we discussing about the kids moving up a grade?
I guess somebody got lifted. One of the kids got lifted to another grade.
So what are we discussing?
I don't know. Should we let them go? I don't know.
I mean, I don't have to. We could talk about that on the phone. Just call me.
Is he allowed to call?
He called her from the car.
He's allowed to call now.
So then call me and say, hey, this grade thing, like, what are you dropping by for? I'm mad because we already talked about how I'm pissed. You call me Ariane.
That's why he's coming by. That's why he's coming by, because he's trying to clean it up. Because he already called and apologized about the situation with Ariane.
No, you know what it is? I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and step on back. That whole Destin thing was real cute. We back home, and now this shit is popping off again. So let's just go back, Like, you still got my number, but we don't need to sit down and discuss things anymore. Let's just go back.
Well, that's where she was at with it.
Right.
So she came to the door with the bag for the kids. So it made me seem like that he said he was coming
For the bag.
to get the bag, because that's what she came up for. Like, here's the bag. He told us something else that he told her.
But she seemed confused. He was like, we got some things to talk about. She was like, wait, what? What do you? What?
Right. And he was like, don't leave me outside in this heat. And she was like, nope, it's outside today. Like, you're not coming up in here. He gets upset.
I love how he thinks he's about to tell her what to do. I love how he thinks he's still. I feel like she's always been sassy though. Like, even from season 1, when he would be trying to talk shit, she was always like sassy.
Yes, I don't understand why he ever think he could tell her
What
what to
is
do.
that?
Has that ever worked? He be seeing Marceau do it, and he be like, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna be like that.
That's never worked. I've never seen it. Even when y'all were together, she was always on some way. What did you say?
Yeah, real quick. So she's like, you know, he ain't never been inside my home, and we ain't finna start today. Even we was getting along, she was like, we talked outside back. You ain't never been in here, you know. So he get mad, he leave, but then he start calling her on the phone. And she goes outside and she like, Martell, you want the bag? Here's the bag. He get mad. And she called him back because he's calling her phone. So she calls him back. And he, you know, of course, you could come in my house. Why you being rude? And this and that. She was like, I don't care nothing about coming in your house.
You wanted her to come in your house so bad. When you invited her in your house, she was sitting up there cheesing like a goofball because she was sitting there at your house because that's what you wanted. She don't want you at her house.
Right. So he get mad.
And from now on, if she got to come to your house, she ain't coming in. She just always gonna be like, go on to your run on in there.
Right. He get mad, he pull off, and then they must have told him to come back. But when he come back blowing the horn like a fool. Like, don't be doing that. I got neighbors. Don't do that shit. She go outside.
See this hill I live on?
Right. Doing that. You do that down at the motel. Don't come over
Down
here.
there at the apartment complex over there where Ariana stays.
Child. Then they talk about the drama that happened with the baby mama. And she was like, even though that you apologize for it, it's still a trigger for her. And he's like, well, don't hold me accountable for somebody else being immature. The whole thing, the only thing about that is, yeah, you can't control what Ariana's gonna do, but I'm gonna hold you accountable because you're the reason why this chick is in our life.
And I feel like there's that, and I feel like he took it to her like irritated.
He did, because then the next thing he said was, I had to quarantine with the kids 3 times, and because you were going back and forth to Atlanta.
Yes, he started telling what the real problem is.
Yep. And that's what he told her. That's what he went over there telling her. Like, we ain't been seeing that little boy coughing forever, way before COVID.
I mean, I know you listened to her live that she just did. That baby be running around. She's on there for over an hour while he's running around eating snacks.
That's all he ever do, though. Remember, she used to have him up 2 o'clock eating the popsicles and
She's
stuff.
talking about, he only gets a half a donut. That's the rule. You know the rule. Her rules are stupid. Nobody's there to like oversee these rules besides her daughter, her 10-year-old daughter. I wonder how wild that child is. Like, I mean, I hate don't talk about kids yet. Well, anyway, I wonder how wild that child is when all of them get together.
You talking about the little one?
You know they're being raised different.
Yeah. Well. Well, at that point, they're going back and forth. And
This
then
is where
she
I checked
brings,
out because I don't want to see that shit no more. I don't
yeah,
want to see.
she brings up him begging to be back with her, and he going to the, you been with way too many dudes for me to ever want that back, and they end up walking away. Same old drama.
I will say though, like, I wish she wouldn't have let him drag her there, but sometimes a person can just keep
Well,
picking.
and then the whole you begging me to be back, she says that too, because that's like, you know, like I say, it was in the midst of, oh, she was Sharay, but just so you know, he was over here begging me, and always for that little rat thing over there. So she wants the ladies to know at the end of the day, he still wants this thing bad, but we know that. We know that. You ain't
And
got to say
honestly,
it.
that's
We see
probably
it.
why she won't let him in her house though. Cause you talking about we soulmates and shit. She's probably like, no, no. Cause if
Yeah.
I let him in, next thing he gonna be doing is pulling up without saying he's
Mm-mm.
coming over here and just showing up at my house. No,
Anybody
no.
got time for that? So next week is the reunion, y'all. Kiki gonna spill the
Not
beans.
next week. Next week we got a break.
Okay,
New
so when they come
Year.
back, whenever that is, child, we gonna be on the reunion. Kiki looked like she didn't spill the beans, and Tisha they got mad and ran up out of there. And she said something about, somebody said something about, child, the sex parties up at Credit One. What's going on, Marbury?
I mean, you are talking about the person that has different people
We got receipts on that
in
because he
one
started
day.
talking about lawsuits
He was
after that.
awfully angry.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
at the end of the day, Kiki, like, I don't think that's information. Like, you know, we suspect, Tisha damn sure know, Wanda know, nothing's gonna be different. We've been new. They brought the hairless dresser lady on internet to say that she didn't do it, which verified for everyone that she absolutely did it.
She absolutely did it. This is, yeah, she absolutely did it.
Because
Child.
nobody that didn't do it would be there.
Well, we'll see, y'all. This was.
Can you imagine if somebody was like, they said you're like sleeping with my husband. Can you come on the internet with us and say you're not?
Who does that? I told you it's all about that good shiny apple, but
Oh
that
my
core is
God. We
rotten.
don't want
That core
that
is
apple.
rotten.
We're not.
And then we already know what Tisha gonna do. You are trying to ruin the family. We already know that's gonna be her line. The family. I have kids. You're trying. Child. I can't. I just. Whoo. Can we get
Why
new
she
people?
say Mel has a dark cloud? What are you talking about?
Who said that?
Tisha, you just have a dark energy or a dark cloud, something she said. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Now Destiny is dark cloud.
She does. It doesn't matter what Mel do. She just not gonna like her because she do. When we already know she do envy her.
That
So it
envy
is
is
what it
real
is.
weird. That
It
envy
is.
is real weird because she's clearly bothered.
Oh yeah, she bothered. So now y'all, Mel and Stormy then fell out. You know what?
Why?
I really feel like with the Mel and Stormy situation, I feel like y'all crazy ass Mel fans, and I'm gonna put it on y'all. The ones who what she call them
Millimeters.
the ones that just can't see nothing past, they're not objectable about anything. It's just all
Yeah.
male.
Mel's always. Yeah.
Y'all the ones I feel like caused this drama between her and Stormy because it wasn't even that serious. Y'all like Mel posted Stormy's hair care or whatever. And then y'all be like, well, why Stormy don't post her back? See, that's hate. That's hate. And I'm like, is it though? She just, cause look, I'm one of them people, like you honestly could post me and you wouldn't see nothing because I'm not a poster. And then, and then they said, well, she posts somebody else, she ain't post Mel, but it's people thinking like that.
I just wonder, like, do these people talk to each other? Because I feel like, listen, I don't tweet every now and then. Like my tweets be like a year apart,
Mhm,
and it's
mhm.
always about these shows. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always about one of these
Yeah.
conversations. But you know how you get notifications, and it's never positive. It's always some bullshit. Tweets are always like, if you want to be in a bad mood, read a tweet in the morning because that shit's gonna be negative. So I don't know why these two grown women with these businesses didn't pick up the phone. Like, stay off of Twitter. That just doesn't make sense. Nobody wants to see this of Mel and Stormy. Y'all been trying to create an issue with them for a long time, and I didn't even know that till before we got on. I was like, they're fighting. When did that happen? I don't.
And it's not even that Stormy hadn't even said nothing bad. Stormy hadn't said nothing. Stormy mama said something.
Why
Stormy,
is her mother doing that? Does she want to be on the show?
yeah, probably so. Probably so. Like geeking it up. Stormy really didn't say nothing like, "Ma, you always have my back. I hope this time what you saying is not true." Then it was the whole Mel dropped. Who is Sugar Mama got a hair care product, and then Stormy dropped Chase.
But we've been known though. Like they both have these product lines. We have been known for. Stormy talked about that a long time ago.
But and that's what she was saying, that she been talked about having her stuff out. But y'all like, well, she now all of a sudden she talking about Chase.
How come we cannot get excited that? How come we can't get excited? We can't never, like, as a community, be satisfied. How come we can't be glad that two women, now we got two Black-owned options? You know what I'm saying?
Like y'all need to just don't let these internet sit up here and ruin y'all friendship, because it ain't even that serious. The shit that y'all trying to make it about who posted this person and who didn't.
That shit is stupid. I like being in this industry as long as I have. There's always many options for non-people of color to go to the store, go not just to Walmart and that kind of thing, but to high-end salons, regular mid-level salons. There's always options for them to get hair care stuff. We don't never have nothing that works right for our hair. So it's always been limited to Walmart or Black beauty supply stores, and that's fine. But if there's more Kenya Moores and Stormies and Mills and Target and Walmart and all those stuff where you are, why is that an issue? That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. I think both of them should have their kids on there and post that shit. And
I feel like I said, it be y'all crazy ass fans that be geeking this shit, making something out of nothing. And y'all made something completely out of nothing. And then Stormy mama jumped on, and she should have stayed out of it. And Stormy should have said, "Mom, just don't do that." You know what I'm saying? Now Mel on there talking about she been crying all day, and the whole cast and turned against her. And I'm like, y'all, it ain't even that serious. I'm sorry. It's not. It's not.
Well, I hope her and Stormy work it out, and I hope they can stop having this conversation on Twitter, because it's so dumb. And at the end of the day, Destiny and Martell and Tisha and all of them niggas, minus Kimmy, because Kimmy she stay neutral. They all gonna be glad to see these two not getting along. And they'll say, "I told you Mel can't keep any friends." And all of that, and nothing actually took place. Besides some shit that popped up.
They saying Stormy been hanging with the Scotts. So we got video of her hanging with the Scotts.
So what?
I'm telling you, y'all be making something out of nothing. Yeah, every day in Huntsville that big.
I feel like as long as you're not talking about me, then it's not an issue. And up until now, I've only seen Stormy stay neutral. She said at that party, I asked Mel if she was coming, but yeah, she ain't coming. So I didn't hear her introduce nothing like discussing Mel in no type of way with them.
Child, y'all need to leave that alone.
Nobody wants to be around Destiny. I seriously doubt that Stormy is risking any relationships that will be in her best interest for Destiny's bitter, mean ass. And Tisha's stupid. So it's a TV show. Isn't she supposed to get to know the people on the TV show? That just doesn't make sense. Like behind Mel's back, everything is not about Mel.
It's behind her back. It's too much. I can't.
Isn't it Love and Marriage Huntsville, right?
Mhm.
Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Mhm.
Stormy's married, Tisha and Marcel. Like there's married couples. Destiny can go. She's not married and probably never will be.
And then they say, who said that they knew Courtney before all of this anyway? So they kind of already had a relationship with these, you know what I'm saying? Like it's Huntsville. And they probably all went to school together. They probably knew each other any damn way.
I
Shit,
hope this burns out fast. But I'm guessing that this is all build up for the reunion. So we'll see what's really going on when they start this reunion and see how people, is moving.
All right, y'all. D, you gonna close us out or you want Rhonda to do it? Close it out.
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
But he's looking so snappy today. I thought he would want to come back and. All right, y'all.
All right, here we come. My
We
bad.
gotta show that outfit one more time.
Come on, baby.
Mom. That's not right now. I'm gonna tell you a thing. So, smack that thumb above this cup, the gym.
Is that it?
Turn it on. What's not doing?
Bye.
What?
Y'all. She said, turn it off.
Oh, bye.
Bye.